Mr. Hogan. All right, are you prepared with your call your first witness?
We are, Judge. We plan to call Nina Farrish.
All right. Mr. Biddinghausen, everything that's going to be on that screen is going to be on this
Yes,
for me to see. Okay.
And it will be there for the witness as well.
Right.
And counsel has preview screens as well.
Your Honor, with your permission, my understanding is that there might have been another witness who was present. That was not accounted for. I just asked for opportunity for a brief voir dire before they start, if that's possible.
And it was this witness?
It was this
Oh,
witness,
okay.
right? There were two witnesses in here.
We didn't realize that was the situation.
Okay. All right. All right, so obviously you're asking it to be outside the presence of the jury to start. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're gonna have to take a brief moment to handle a technical issue at this point. So my bailiff is gonna see you out, and then we will bring you back in as soon as we can.
Please rise for the jury.
All right, Main Court Reporter, please swear the witness in.
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, so help you can nothing but the truth, nothing but?
Yes.
You may be seated. All right, who is going to be questioning the witness?
Judge, if I may.
All right.
Good morning, Ms. Farrish.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, if you could just keep your voice raised. I don't have good hearing to begin with.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Hogan. I'm counsel for Dr. Parker along with Ms. Douglas. I understand it came to our attention this morning that ordinarily when a court proceeding takes place, there will be a rule on witnesses making sure that anyone who will take the stand will be excluded so that in the event that there's any information that comes to light, giving a preview of what to expect in the evidence going forward, that it might affect their testimony. So that is why I'm talking to you now. I'm not here to point fingers at you. I know you're in the limelight right now. I apologize. But I just have to ask some questions to make sure that everything's above board.
Okay.
So, Ms. Farrish, at what time did you arrive here? Were you here for the entire opening arguments of counsel?
Yes.
And that included both plaintiff's counsel from the very beginning all the way through the end of defense counsel's opening statements. Both, you saw both of them?
No. Just the, I don't know which side is which. Just
This is the defense.
Okay.
It's plaintiff's counsel.
I just heard plaintiffs opening.
Understood. Do you think, was there anything in that testimony that would affect the way you testified today here in court, your ability to be candid and to follow the law, to testify truthfully?
No.
Judge, if I may have the court's indulgence, speak with Mr. Vignazzi.
Yes. While they're doing that, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Yes, Nina Sophia Farrish.
Thank you, ma'am. And can you spell your last name?
F is in Frank, A-R-R-I-S-H.
Thank you.
I'll ask 2 questions.
Are you done asking questions?
You can proceed.
All right, go ahead.
Ms. Farrish, were you informed that you weren't supposed to be in the courtroom for opening statement until after the plaintiff was done with theirs?
I do not recall that.
And you've sworn to tell the truth, you're going to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
All right. Any motion on behalf of the defense?
Offer defense, Judge.
All right. Any motion on behalf of the plaintiff?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Can we bring the jury right back in?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And we can just have her, and I can have her re-sworn in front of the jury if you'd like.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Just make sure that they know that she's been sworn in since they didn't see that part.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. You may proceed.
May it please the court?
Yeah, let's.
Would you like me to move that a little bit more?
Well,
I-
and let's make sure they can see the witness stand from where they
Oh,
are
that's
as
good.
well. Yeah. Down there, I can't see, so. All right. Can you see the witness from the to the witness stand now? No, you still can't. Okay. Can you see over here now? If you, yeah, I think that's probably better.
Sorry.
All right. Front row. All right, and then everyone else can see both the screen and the witness stand. All right, great. The acoustics are not great in here, so if you can speak up, they got to hear you all the way over there.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
May it please the court?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your full name for the court reporter?
Nina Sophia Farrish.
And Ms. Farrish, is it Dr. Farrish?
Yes.
Dr. Farrish, before the jury walked in, you were sworn to tell the truth, correct?
Correct.
And I'm just doing that since they weren't there to watch it. Normally they're there to watch it, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, Ms. Farrish, can you give us a little bit of background on your current employment position?
Currently, I am the Director of Human Resources for Newport News Public Schools.
And did you serve in that same role or capacity back in 2023, specifically January of 2023?
Yes.
And as part of your role with the Newport News Public School System, did you, as a result of a shooting that occurred at Rich Neck Elementary on January 6th, perform an investigation?
Yes.
And as part of that investigation, did you interview Dr. Ebony Parker?
Yes.
I'm going to show you just a roadmap, which is, go ahead and publish. And this is just my handiwork, just to tell you what we're going to be talking about today, okay?
Okay.
We're just going to have 2 stops. I want to talk to you first about your interview with Dr. Parker,
Okay.
and then I want to talk to you about the Newport News Public Schools protocols.
Okay.
So, let's start with the interview of Dr. Parker. How soon after the events of January 6th do you recall conducting an interview of Dr. Parker?
From what I can recall, it was within 2 or 3 days.
And so sometime in early January still.
Yes.
And during that interview, did you ask Miss Parker whether she knew that a student had a gun on campus at Rich Neck Elementary before the shooting?
Yes, I did.
And what did she say?
If I recall correctly, she said something was reported to her that a student had a weapon.
Would it help if I were able to show you a transcript of that interview to help refresh your memory?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Permission to approach, Your Honor.
You may.
Ms. Farrish, just take a moment, or Dr. Farrish, excuse me, take a moment and read the initial part of the transcript and tell me if it refreshes your memory as to whether this is a transcript of your conversation with Dr. Parker.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And if you can look onto page 2, line 19 of the transcript, can you just read that portion of the transcript silently? And does that refresh your recollection as to what Dr. Parker told you about what she knew or what she was informed of?
Yes.
And what was it that she knew?
She knew that students reported that a student had a weapon in his backpack.
And as part of your continued interview of Dr. Parker, did you learn who it was that informed her that a student had a gun in his backpack?
Yes.
And who was that?
Miss Kovac.
And as part of your interview, did you gather from Dr. Parker what time Dr. Parker learned that information? And if I can help you, it's on page 4, line 13.
Yes.
And what time was that?
12:20.
And as part of the information that Dr. Parker received about a gun in a backpack, did Dr. Parker share with you whether there was a plan to address it?
As I'm reading through and recalling, when you say plan, I'm not recalling a plan as much as the conversation of what happened.
And that's perfectly okay.
Okay.
And so is it fair for me to say, at least based upon the reports from Dr. Parker in that initial interview, she did not convey that she had formulated a plan to address it?
Correct.
And did she inform you during that interview whether there was a discussion with her and somebody else about searching the backpack? If it helps, page 3.
So it was Miss Kovac who searched the backpack.
And did Dr. Parker convey to you whether she was part of a conversation with Ms. Kovac where there was a discussion about searching the backpack?
Yes.
And that request came to Dr. Parker, correct? Or was it informed to Dr. Parker, whatever words that you think are most consistent with what Dr. Parker shared with you?
So it's my understanding that Miss Kovac checked the backpack on her own.
So if I can refresh your recollection on page 3, line 4, if you can read that to line 8.
Okay. So Ms. Kovac was the one who...
You don't have to read it out loud. Just read it
sorry.
to yourself. That's
Okay.
okay. And that portion that you just read, that was a portion of the transcript from Dr. Parker's own mouth, correct?
Correct.
So I'll ask you, just so it tracks what's there in front of you. Dr. Parker, according to her own statement, stated that Ms. Kovac was informed her, Dr. Parker, that she had already asked the student being JT, is there something in your backpack? Is that right?
Correct.
And the student had said to Ms. Kovac, at least from Dr. Parker's statement, that no, there was nothing in the backpack, correct?
Correct.
And then in the course of your interview, there was then a discussion about when the students go out to recess, and Dr. Parker conveyed that we can check the backpack. Is that fair?
Yes.
But Dr. Parker, at least based on the statements she conveyed to you, did not herself check the backpack.
Correct.
It was after recess, based on the statements of Dr. Parker, where Ms. Kovac asked her, what about his pockets? Is that fair?
Correct.
Your Honor, I would object at this stage only to, I've given counsel wide latitude, but I'd caution him against leading the witness.
Any objection to leading, any response?
I'll rephrase.
All right,
To the
thank you. That's sustained.
And during the course of your interview with Dr. Parker, was there information conveyed to Dr. Parker about pockets?
Yes.
And what was said to Dr. Parker, at least based on her statement to you? Page 3, line 17.
You want me to read it?
If you could, thank you.
And she says, but you know, what about in his pocket? And I said, well, I don't know. Are they going out to recess?
I would object. This is improper refreshing of a witness's recollection. She cannot just read from the transcript. Again, giving him wide latitude, but let's keep it within the scope of the rules of evidence.
All right, I believe you've been refreshing her recollection.
I have.
All right, and so I'm going to sustain that objection. So you can't read
Okay.
out loud, so we need you to read it to yourself, and then if that refreshes your recollection, to answer Mr. Peniazin's question, then you can do that. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So, just to clean it up.
Okay.
Just to clean it up for a second. There was a conversation between Ms. Kovac and Dr. Parker that Dr. Parker conveyed to you, correct?
Correct.
And in that conversation, was there a question that was posed to Dr. Parker about pockets?
Yes.
Now, after the conversation with Ms. Kovac, did Dr. Parker share with you whether she learned from any other staff members of concerns of a weapon on campus? If it may help refresh your recollection, page 6, line 14.
Yes.
And who was that staff member based upon Dr. Parker's statement?
Mr. Rawls.
And did Dr. Parker convey to you what Mr. Rawls may have said to her?
Yes.
And having read the transcript of your interview, has that refreshed your memory?
Yes.
And what was asked of her? and I can ask a more tailored question to help here. Did Mr. Rawls ask at any point in time about checking a person based upon Dr. Parker's statement?
Yes.
And did Dr. Parker agree to having JT's person checked based on her statements to you?
No.
And based upon your interview of Dr. Parker, at what time did that conversation with Mr. Rawls approximately conclude based upon Dr. Parker's statement to you? Page 7, line 1.
1:40.
During your interview with Dr. Parker, did she ever state whether she personally left her office to go search a backpack for a gun?
No.
Did she inform you that she ever left her office to go check the student JT?
No.
Did she inform you whether she ever asked a member of the team, other teachers, anyone else, to search the person of JT?
No.
Did she inform you whether she herself searched JT, as in, was he brought to her at her request to search him?
No.
Based upon her statements to you, did she contact the school resource officer?
No. Not to my knowledge.
Based upon her statements to you, did she contact and notify the principal?
No.
Based upon her statements to you, did she call 911?
No.
I'm going to transition now, and I want to talk to you about the Newport News public school protocols, okay?
Okay.
Motion to approach, Your Honor.
You may.
What's been pre-marked, and that means there's a little sticker at the bottom, and there's the number there is number 22. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there's a heading, or the title of that document is what, as best as you can tell? I know it's in big letters, but I'm not supposed to say it myself.
The whole cover, or just what the document is?
The whole cover, please.
Newport News Public Schools, Smart Safe Schools, Rich Neck Elementary, 2022-2023, Multi-Hazard Crisis and Elementary Management Plan.
Your Honor, I would object to the relevance of this line of questioning based on my prior motion in limine. I would incorporate my prior arguments, and to the extent that the court admits this evidence, I would seek a cautionary instructions to the jury, admonishing them that the written protocols do not set the standard of care or establish the existence of a legal duty in this case.
All right, so I've previously ruled on the motion. Your objection is noted, and then we'll allow the instruction. I believe that was my ruling on this matter.
Your Honor, we hadn't yet discussed what the substance of an instruction might
Correct.
be. And I just flagged that because we disagree with some of the statements that were made by counsel.
Correct. Well, I mean, we have to decide that at
some
the
point.
end. Yeah,
Yes,
at the
Judge.
end. We'll work that out in instructions. But your objection is noted currently, and it is contemporaneous.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I think I'm going to explain to the jury how that works.
Yes, go ahead.
So in preparation for this trial, which we knew was going to take a while, we actually had a day of motions to try to streamline things as much as possible. Because otherwise you would be up and down every time there was an objection. So I have previously ruled on the record on certain documents and evidence coming in or not. And what the attorneys have to do is when that evidence comes in, if they disagree with my ruling, they just need to put that on the record that they are along with its entry, objecting that I allowed that in. And that's perfectly fine. That's how this is supposed to work. You're not to take anything away from that at all of any of my rulings. Those are legal rulings, and you don't need to concern yourselves with them. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so that's why that's going to happen. It's a good example of that. The next thing is we also agreed, not agreed on, but all the exhibits, and there are hundreds of them, have been pre-marked. In other words, they've already been given a number. So instead of having to have them marked, they would have to approach, I'd have to mark them, they'd have to be entered and go back. We've pre-done that, so you might hear that they're out of order, but the numbers will follow that exhibit throughout the entire case. All right? All right, thank you all very much. Thanks. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. May I please report? May I proceed?
Yeah.
Ms. Farrish, as part of your role in 2022, 2023 with the Newport News Public School System, you were made aware of this document, correct?
Correct.
And you were familiar with it enough to know it existed and some of the contents of it. Is that fair?
I cannot say that I am familiar with the contents of it.
Okay. If you could flip through the substance of it and tell me if, well, actually we can streamline this, Your Honor. This was a document produced by the Newport News Public School System, and based upon the stipulation Your Honor entered previously, it was deemed authentic by the parties. And so I'm going to jumpstart the authenticity part with Your Honor's permission.
All right, and that's agreeable with counsel. It is what it says it is, correct? All right, very well.
What that means, Ms. Farrish, is we've all agreed that this is, in fact, the multi-hazard crisis and emergency management plan, okay?
Okay.
So what I would like for you to do is if you can flip to page 12 of that plan. And Your Honor, permission to publish?
Yes, over defense objection.
Yes. So just so the jury's tracking, this is the cover page that's in front of you.
Correct.
Talks about smart, safe schools, correct?
Correct.
And then it talks about multi-hazard crisis and emergency management plan. Is that fair?
Correct.
And that is specific in this document as to Rich Neck Elementary School.
Correct.
All right. Do you have page 12 in front of you now?
Yes.
On page 12, there's a portion here that talks about startup procedure. And I know it's hard to read. I'll be zooming in, folks. But is that the page 12 that's also in front of you?
Yes.
All right. So if we can zoom in here and we talk about the school threat assessment response protocol. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. And there's a section here at the bottom that talks about procedures. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And here it talks about, the first section, it talks about any student upon receiving information that a person is threatening to commit an act of violence shall, and the first thing is assume the threat is serious.
Correct.
And on page 13, it goes through responsibilities of students in the circumstance of a threat. True? Or we talk?
Yes.
And then here, when we get to this section, which is the third bullet point down, it talks about parents and guardians and their responsibilities. True?
Correct.
And then a little bit further down, we start talking about school staff members. Is that true?
Yes.
And in that context, we're talking about the teachers of the school of Rich Neck Elementary, as best as you understand.
Yes.
And again, it's assume the threat is serious, right?
Yes.
Immediately report the threat, right?
Yes.
Be available and cooperative to provide statements, right?
Yes.
And then the protocol changes and moves to the school administrator based on this document, correct?
Correct.
And then that responsibility is shifted and it says any school administrator, correct?
Correct.
And in this context, principals are administrators, correct?
Yes.
Dr. Parker was an administrator.
Yes.
And it says again, assume the threat is credible until and unless an analysis suggests differently. True?
Correct.
Judge, I just have to object to reading. Again, wide latitude, but patience is waiting.
All right, if you can, I'll sustain that and allow you to rephrase your question in a non-leading manner, please.
Does the policy talk about whether or not a school administrator should assume threats are credible or not credible?
Yes, it does.
And what does it say about that? You can read it.
Any school administrator, upon receiving information that a person is threatened to commit an act of violence, shall assume threat is credible until and unless analysis suggests differently.
And the next portion of this policy, does it talk about what, if anything, a school administrator, in this case, Dr. Parker, is supposed to do as it relates to the student making the threat?
Yes, it does.
And what does it say about that?
Cause the student making the threat, if known and on campus, to be immediately removed from the classroom and segregated into a secured area pending further investigation.
And is there a conversation within the policy or discussion about what should happen with other student or staff who may have received information?
Yes.
And what's the school administrator supposed to do in that context?
Segregate any student or staff member who received the threat pending further investigation.
And then is there discussion about what, if any, requirements there are for the school administrator as it relates to the staff member who is a source of information for the threat?
Yes.
And what does it say about that?
Require the school staff member, if this is the source of the information, to provide immediate written statements regarding the information received.
And is there discussion within the policy about contacting 911 or a school resource officer?
Yes.
And what does it say the school administrator is supposed to do in that context?
Request police assistance either from the assigned school resource officer or by calling 911 for an emergency, or the nearest SRO for a non-emergency to report a threat.
Those are all the questions I have. Thank you, Ms. Farrish.
Thank you.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment.
All right.
And I'd move Exhibit 22, pages 12, 13, and 14, which were the pages that were referenced into evidence, Your Honor.
All right, same objection, previously noted, now contemporaneous. Besides that, anything else?
I just asked that I remain a continuing objection, Judge.
All right, granted.
Thank you.
So admitted.
So the record's accurate. Those pages are being moved in as number 22, and they'll be marked as 22.
Correct.
Yes.
I have no questions of this witness, Judge. Not at this time.
All right, no questions. So did you want her re-sequestered? Is she free to leave the building but be on call? How did you want to do
I
that?
asked her to remain subject to being on call, subject to the defense subpoena.
Okay. I'm assuming you'll go back to work?
Yes.
Okay. You have a cell phone?
Yes.
And has that been shared with the attorneys?
Yes.
All right. And how long will it take you to be here if we were to need you back? Just for planning purposes?
15, 20
15,
minutes.
20 minutes? Okay, thank you very much. So you are still considered a witness for this trial, so you're not allowed to discuss your testimony or anything you've heard, read, or said about this, and that continues until you hear otherwise from me.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough?
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions?
No.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right.